The lay witnesses are our witnesses. We can get to them first. And I'll tell you, there's not a trial that I've had in the last 20 years where we haven't come out, when we were allowed to talk to the jurors, and hear the jurors say something like, well, we figured the expert witnesses canceled each other out, and we went with the lay witnesses. Every single time. I'll take one good lay witness against 5 good experts. Every time. And every time that lay witness will beat those 5 good experts. That's just the way it is. And, you know, in my last book, I talk about why that is. We don't have time for that today. But it's true. Trust me on this. And it's an area where we get free access, usually. We're usually the ones who know a lawsuit's going to be filed. Our client can usually give us lay witnesses, or we can go out and investigate before we've ever sued, before the defense has done anything. There are witnesses. There's ours for the taking. And how many times have you sat in a deposition of a lay witness and for the first time heard what a lay witness had to say as the defense lawyer is asking his questions? That should be malpractice, but it isn't. It's actually the standard of care. That's unfortunately what happens too often. It happens because we let it happen. It happens because of all those things I showed you this morning. The fax machine that you've got to fix, the payroll you've got to make, the frivolous motions you've got to respond to. If you're going to have a trial-oriented practice, you need to make those lay witnesses the center of your practice universe. And I'm as guilty of this as anybody. You know, I've got a brief to write. I can't spend the afternoon in the living room of some old lady to hear what she thinks about my client, right? I've got a court hearing tomorrow. I can't go interview an eyewitness and sit with him at his company cafeteria at noon and hear him talk about what he saw in the accident. I got to prepare for that hearing. The lay witnesses always get pushed to the back, because if I don't show up for that hearing, the judge is going to be mad. If I don't get the brief done, I'm going to be in trouble. You know, we've got deadlines for everything except interviewing the lay witnesses. And they get pushed further and further and further back when they ought to be the center of our universe.